Boobs.
Yay.
Easy mode.
Took a lot of heart and soul not to say awesome. I'm gonna be real.
Oh, well. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Kiri Burger podcast. Take it the fuck away, David.
I don't want to take it away. That's stealing, and that's mean.
Take it away, Jacob.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to episode 7. Yeah.
Can you guys believe we've made it to episode 7?
I honestly cannot. That's like
Can we
a whole
believe we
week.
made it? Can we believe we made it to episode 7 with these kinds of intros?
Unbelievable.
I find it
I'd
funny
say.
just because they say that a lot of podcasts only make it to episode 3.
That
And
is
we've
true.
doubled that.
That means we are cool.
It means we're awesome.
It'd be so
I was
awesome.
taking a look at our analytics the other day, and we have a couple viewers from Spain.
Spain.
How the
If
fuck?
you are the
Hola.
2 people from Spain, you guys are awesome.
Yeah,
Matt,
because that
don't
means
run
you're the
away.
probably the only 2 people that we didn't blackmail into watching.
And then our analytics say we do have a couple people from
Uganda?
South America.
Hola,
I would
amigos.
Man, that Uganda joke did not last very long here.
I did not know.
Yeah,
I thought it was going to be a running joke that all of our viewers were going to be from Uganda, and Math was going to get married to some goth Ugandan girl and move to the Caribbeans, and that didn't happen.
I'm still available, goth girls, just so you guys know. I'm right here,
That's
goth.
you know, this joke just reminded me of that one video of you're so cute and funny. Thanks. Can I crush your balls? Yeah.
I'm open to that too.
I love that meme. I miss. Where's the time gone with the internet? You know, one day you're talking about Harambe and Ocean Man.
You know,
and next thing you know, it's
been-
all.
Almost 7 years.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna
God
cry.
damn.
I remember back in like 2012 when like the Trollface and Rage comics, those were the shit back in the day. Like memes were like
You mad?
advice animal memes, of like all these nicely crafted memes. And now like today, what most people do is like just put vine brooms over a person walking, and that'll be the funniest shit you've ever heard.
I used to remember watching Rage comics on Google Images back in school.
Oh, me too. That was fuck. There was like a YouTube channel called Animeme that like
Oh,
animated like
I like anime.
Memes.
I like those.
yeah. I miss those. Those rap battles they did were fucking hilarious.
Man, where's the time gone, huh?
You've
just the
grown up.
nostalgia episode.
Yeah.
For
maybe,
real though.
No, we can't. Nostalgia Critic will ban us.
No.
Wait, was on the analytics thing, was that the only places that people are listening in, or?
No, the U.S. and New Zealand. You know what's really funny? When I saw New Zealand on there, I sort of forgot that you guys were New Zealanders. So I was like, "Whoa, we hit a pocket of weird people." And then I was like, "Oh wait, never mind."
What do you mean, weird people?
To be fair,
I think they know what.
me and Jacob are probably like the only people. Oh no, my family listens to this actually. I'm pretty sure. So, no.
No, but number one is I think number 1 is New Zealand. Number 2 is
Holy shit.
America, and then let me actually go in to get an actual number here.
Yeah, because I mean, the thing is, unlike, so like here in the U.S., we have Logan's brother, who's probably, and some others in another Discord server of ours that are passing word of mouth to each other. But you, Matt, have told your parents about us.
I've told like pretty
And-
much everyone I know. Like I
Yeah,
posted it on
and
my
the thing is
Instagram,
with
my
parents,
Facebook.
they will freely go about and they'll just bring that shit up in conversation with anybody.
Mhm.
So I feel like when it comes to parents, they spread word of mouth a lot faster.
Oh yeah.
So okay, it's 52% of our viewers are from the United States, 45% are from New Zealand, 2% is from Spain, and then 2%'s in India.
India.
Wow.
And it actually gives me, like, an analytic of their area, which is weird.
I know where you live.
Yeah, what? Why would it do that? That's
Yeah,
so
that is very
creepy.
bizarre. Like, imagine like you listen to a podcast, and the next thing you know, there's a knock on your door, and the podcast you listen to just shows up and like steals all your money or some shit.
It tells me, like, geographic location. Like, 40% of our American viewers are from Texas. Of course, there's 20% of Arkansas, which is me. Minnesota, Nebraska, Massachusetts, Colorado, Indiana, Oklahoma, Missouri. We're getting big, guys. We're getting some viewers.
We're what you
We
call
are-
famous.
We're what you call
we're niche
famous.
micro celebrities.
And it says in New Zealand, there's Wellington, Auckland, Canterbury, and Hawke's Bay.
Also, I
People
just
live
find
in
it
Hawke's
funny is
Bay?
that No,
I guess.
no
Nah,
reviews
jokes.
from California. Because even I haven't watched.
Man, you gotta watch your own podcast.
Why would I do that? I experienced it.
Because I don't know. I re-listened to them.
I listen to them every now and again.
Because see, the thing is, if I don't listen to them, I don't have to hear the recording of my own voice.
Yeah, and that's kind of what puts me off as well.
What? Really?
Yeah, fuck, I hate listening to the sound of my own voice. I like talking, but if I'm recorded, I'm like, fuck, don't show me that shit. I sound awful. I sound good in my head,
Wow.
but I sound bad.
I have to hold us to higher standards, and that's why I re-listen to them at work to see if I get the same enjoyment from listening to them as I do from other podcasters. And to be honest, we do get better every episode. Our episode 6 is better than episode 5,
Yeah, I mean,
and so forth. So
Yeah.
if we ever have to sell this if we ever have to sell the idea of somebody listening to this, it's gonna be please skip like the first 10 episodes.
oh yeah,
Start
no,
here.
bro, I swear, 500 episodes in, it gets really good.
We're like an anime.
Yeah,
Really
Yeah.
good anime.
like
Yeah.
a One Piece apologist.
Next time,
Do any of you guys
we get an
do any
anime
of you guys
intro.
watch anime?
I
did.
haven't for a while, honestly.
I never
I
watched, like,
think the last
mainstream
anime...
ones.
No, I've read like manga. The last manga I've read was like Chainsaw Man. I know that's got a show out now, but I can't be fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to watch them a lot, but that was during a darker time.
I'm not an avid anime watcher, but I have seen just a couple to keep up conversation.
Yeah, like I just
But I'm
don't
glad
I don't want to look back
I'm-
into the black mirror of those cringy days.
you have like a Skillet album playing in the background as your
I never listened.
like
to Skillet.
hair's jet black, like super long over one eye.
No. I was never like that. It was more.
Like-
It was more of just
Like,
like
I hate you.
I was
Go on.
no. I was never in that kind of state. It was more of the naivety
Just
of those days.
hentai.
Lot of
No, I
romance
just
anime.
wanted to. I thought since we were talking about something like that, I'd ask. But none of us are avid anime watchers, so
If
No, I
I was,
can
if you,
talk to
if you asked me like a
about-
couple years ago, I would have been more into it than Ian are. Speaking of Skillet, though, like
there's-
sorry,
if you asked me to talk about my anime days, you would question my sexuality immediately.
we already do.
Matt, take it away.
Oh shit! Alright, Skillet. Fucking what is up with Christian music anyway? Does anyone else think it just sounds the same, except for like a few outliers?
You'd be correct. There's a lot of Christian music that sounds the same, but
It's
when
more
it
like-
comes to some Christian like rock or metal, it's some of it's pretty good.
Yeah, some of it is pretty good. I mean, like there's like POD. They were like all big.
Pog.
Fucking no, yeah, Pod. Yeah, I think they're from California as well. Actually, they're like a new metal band who had Christian. They had like "You for the Nation," "Alive," "Boom." That was just to name a few of their songs.
You know, I
mean,
just
like,
saw a clip from, I think it's another podcast. I don't know which one. It was just a short clip that I saw, where a guy was bringing up that the Killers are actually a Christian band.
Are they?
And he said like if you look back at their songs and look at the lyrics, like you can kind of find it. And I don't know if it's just like a weird theory and it just or it's coincidence, but I thought it was interesting to look at.
I'm inclined to. That might be. I've only listened to like I've only listened to like Mr. Brightside by the Killers. I'm not going to listen to the rest of that shit.
Yeah, but I mean, you just even look at Mr. Brightside.
Yeah. It's probably like open up my ego eyes could be like some way of like Christian enlightenment.
I can't say I know a whole lot about this genre of music.
I remember
I do live in the Bible Belt though, and that's it's a very interesting experience, I gotta say.
I remember like watching this music video about Christian music, and the guy was just talking about like how ultimately like every song is going to be like, oh, I was drowning and then you saved me. There's like something about light. There's like nothing really like, it's all like very shallow. That makes it seem like it has a message. Low-key, it's like barely anything deep, there's like no like actual struggle apparently. And then there's like this one Christian group who like made music and it was kind of like challenging a bit, and they got like death threats and shit.
Yeah, it's just the way. If you're down here, you're not gonna get any of those negative threats. We have a strange relationship down here. The religions and whatnot, because we also have a lot of hate groups, like Westboro Baptist Church, the KKK. And for some reason, all in the name of religion. It's just weird. It feels like sometimes I'm gonna wake up and I'm in what was that game? The Asylum one? Outlast. I feel like I'm gonna be in Outlast 2 sometimes. But we're pretty. I don't know. It's all I've ever known.
Fair enough. Like I remember like back when I was in high school, we watched a video about Westboro Baptist Church, and this guy behind me, I think it was like, pretty sure it was like Hindu or something, I don't know, but he ended up just calling them heretics, like legit, just like, I was like, holy shit, Warhammer reference.
Wow, Warhammer reference.
Wow, I know that thing. It's like this other thing.
Yeah. I ain't proud of it, but it was funny.
Well, if he was Hindu, he didn't. I mean, I don't think he would have been qualified to call them heretics.
I wouldn't know. He said it anyway.
Just because he brought up this thought in my mind, do you think that's going to end up being a thing? Like because in the last few years, Warhammer's become a lot more mainstream. Do you think it'll end up becoming like The Simpsons, where just anything someone does can be a reference?
I mean, it's very hard to reference a universe where everyone wants to kill each other to like everyday life. I mean, unless I like accidentally cut my hand while chopping up a carrot, someone goes, "Hey, blood for the blood god, am I right?" And I'd be like, "That's fucked, cunt."
I'd get so fucking mad. But here's the problem we're facing currently. And it's a good problem, because Henry Cavill is seen and expected to play some form of Warhammer 40k character. And I hope it's going to be Eisenhorn.
Yeah.
The problem is that when you distribute to a mainstream audience and mass distribute something, a lot of people are going to want to know what the original content is. So a lot more people are going to get into 40k, but it could be the issue where they want to change things.
I don't really see the problem with that. I mean, like, Warhammer 40k in universe is massive, so like it's plenty of potential insert like a new diverse thing in there. There's already like plenty of diversity.
They can add all they want. That's not the problem. It's changing what's already there.
That's what I was worried about.
That's what I mean. Like, I don't. There's always going to be things added. There won't be things changed. In my opinion,
fully believe in gatekeeping.
Me too. Honestly.
I do too. I don't want like certain established touchy things to be touched on, and I don't want certain things that I like.
Because the way
sort of change.
The way to look at it is somebody starts to show interest in something that you are invested in. You want to make sure that it's really for them, and that they will get the most enjoyment they can out of it, and that they are also showing the proper respect to the medium.
Personally, I don't really give a shit if they change.
You want your community to grow and be stronger. You don't want to just let somebody come in to a community who then tries to dismantle it.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, I don't even understand where it came from, this mentality of people joining greater communities and thinking, because it's not perfect for me, it needs to change to where it is. Rather than like just the sheer like thought of you, a singular person, are now speaking for a blanket community that could potentially be worldwide.
Yeah, I don't like that. It makes me so mad.
Honestly, though, for me, if people want to have female Space Marines, go ahead. I do not care. It's a fiction at the end of the day.
It's not like, canon.
I don't give a shit.
That thing is like that
if it becomes canon, it's not going to kill me.
That's not even like scraping the bottom of the barrel. That's like you're taking like the few grains of rice off the top of the barrel.
Yeah, I know, but like that's just like the most. This is like the most talked about thing, in my opinion. Like, if people want to have female Space Marines be canon, I do not care. It does not affect me in any way. It's not going to make my organs explode violently.
But no, but this is a great example of you can feel apathetic towards it. It doesn't do anything to you.
Yeah.
But to me, having been into 40K for a few years, and I've seen how they explained, why there isn't female Space Marines, knowing the real life reason why there aren't any female Space Marines, knowing all of the things that brought up why there aren't any. It's like they don't want to change it, or even if they want to, they shouldn't. And then it comes down to forcing there to be female Space Marines just takes away from the fact that there are already whole female-based factions. Or factions that do not discriminate.
Isn't there like Battle Sisters already? So like,
Sisters of Battle are a great one. They're an all-female faction.
They're the only
any of the Eldar factions have female roles in them, or are just mixed into the bunch. Same thing with like Imperial Guard.
Yeah, and Tau.
And Tau. Like there's
and Necrons technically.
And what?
And Necrons, they've got like female characters. You just can't tell because they all look the same.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. So like, other than Space Marines, every other faction, well, I guess Orcs, but
they're
the boys. They're the boys.
Technically, they are genderless.
Yeah.
But they refer to themselves as boys.
They're mask presenting gender, non-gender thing. I don't know the word. I'm sorry, guys. Non-binary.
They legitimately, biologically have no gender.
His pronouns are they, them.
Yeah, they orcs are grown from fungus, but they identify as the boys.
I think the good thing about the Amazon show is Henry Cavill's also an executive producer in it, so he's got a lot of pull and say. He's not like where he was in The Witcher, just the main actor. He actually has some pull with how the show will be made, so
yeah,
he can easily have the final say on what gets changed, what isn't changed. I mean, obviously, as I said before, like 40K has always been a diverse universe, so it's just there shouldn't be too many issues with presenting one thing or one way or the other.
Yeah.
But unless it becomes like too non-canon, but honestly,
and
it is what it is.
Diverse. Name me one black guy without looking it up. Nobody's talking except math.
Salamanders.
They are not actually black.
They're not like black.
They're different type of black.
Black skinned.
No, I know this one. Oh, Mordecai Toth from the Dawn of War.
You got me there.
And then there's I've never read the book, but there's that general in one of the Siege of Terror books. I don't know the name, just saw on the book cover.
And Jonah O'Ryan.
Jonah O'Ryan, of course.
That was my go-to answer, was Jonah O'Ryan. But
there's also that Ultramarine who was on that Dawn of Fire book.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. The point being that Warhammer is only just recently becoming diverse.
Yeah.
And
that's fine because it makes sense, because why would it all be white guys?
Well, and not only that, like, it's when you realize, oh when majority of your poster characters don't have faces because they're just all wearing helmets, that kind of becomes an issue is when you realize like, oh, yeah, that's a thing.
I mean, most of
And
the
one of them could be. Go on.
yeah, most of the changes have been for the better. Like, it's just like, adding in like biodiversity, and then honestly, I don't really think I've seen too many people like actually start clamoring for female Space Marines. I think that's an overblown thing.
It's overblown, but the people that do actually advocate for it are like almost rabid.
I mean, and here's another thing about Warhammer is that technically you can kind of do what you want. It's just if you want to have female Space Marines, there's nothing really stopping you from just saying, "Oh yeah, all my army's women," and I'm like, and that you should be fine because like, is it an issue? Not really.
Yeah, and that's the thing and I mean, a lot of people point out the logistics behind is that if they introduced a actual female Space Marine, you're not going to be able to tell the fucking difference.
Yeah, exactly. If they're being realistic. Ironically, though,
Pumped
the
full
whole
of so
Space
many
Marines.
fucking hormones and augmentations. They're all coming out with the same build.
Let's take a hard turn away from 40k.
We seem to
We've
talk
been
about it
on
a
for
lot,
like 10
despite
minutes.
wanting to turn away from it.
Well, I'm not. I'm only saying that because we've spent 10 minutes on this topic, just about.
Sorry
And
that we
I don't
can't have a decent conversation about something.
I feel like Jacob is taking notes like a college classroom, waiting for us to
Okay.
give him the test.
It's homework.
Yeah. He's
Homework.
prepping
All right,
properly.
Jacob. At what
there-
millennium did the Siege of Terra happen?
Okay, there are very little black Space Marines.
No, I wanted to. I want to
Thorough
talk
notes.
about food because I'm hungry and I want to eat.
Oh, now you gotta make me hungry.
What is okay? Let's start off with an easy one. What is the best sandwich ever?
Ham and cheese toasty.
What kind of bread?
Probably white bread or something. And
What kind of cheese?
fucking cheddar, I guess.
Cheese.
Damn, don't know shit about best sandwich, I guess.
Absolute garbage sandwich.
Fuck you.
If you serve me that ham and cheesy, I'm gonna throw it back at your face and
What if
spit
I add
on the
tomato?
floor. Even okay, I don't like tomatoes personally.
Fuck's sake. Does no one like tomatoes? I mean, I'm the only one who actually likes tomatoes in this fucking world.
Well, you know what they
best
say:
sandwich?
tomato.
Best sandwich.
Next thing you know, you're gonna tell me you like ketchup.
I don't like ketchup that much. Actually, it's too sweet.
Fair
So
enough.
when I buy ketchup, it's always the zero sugar. But you can't tell me tomatoes taste just like ketchup.
Well, no, because there's no sugar in tomato.
That's why you get tomatoes.
But it's
sauce.
not just mashed up. It's not just mashed up tomato in ketchup. It's a tomato base, but they've added a ton of things to it
Yeah.
to make it a sauce. Anyway, okay, Jacob, favorite sandwich, go.
I don't eat much sandwiches besides Subway.
What do you get on your? What do you get on your Subway sandwich?
Jeez, didn't realize you had such strong opinions about Subway.
I've heard
Subway is not real food.
I just
I've heard
love the.
Subway
Okay,
in
so tell me
America.
about your Subway.
I've heard Subway in America is just absolute dog shit, so it might be different. But I don't know.
Maybe. I hope so.
I haven't had American Subway.
American Subway is like parchment paper with like food on it.
Cardboard with
Anyway,
drawn on like crayon colored little pieces of paper on top.
buddy, how can you hate the sandwich? You built the sandwich. The ingredients are ass. Sorry, go. Sorry, I'm so sorry for interrupting your perfect sandwich from Subway. Go on.
Exactly, my perfect New Zealand Subway. I have a nice, pleasant little what's it called? Roasted garlic bread. A bit of ham and bacon with a bit of cheddar cheese. Have that little thing toasted, nice. Then add some lettuce and carrot. Bit of jalapenos. Add some spice and zing to it. Bit of salt and pepper. You know, add a little bit of extra flavor, and then get some jalapeno hot sauce to add that spice level back to it. I like spice in my food. Spice is good.
Spoken like a true connoisseur.
Of course.
I go into a Subway, I get garlic, herb, and cheese bread, foot long,
Bread.
turkey, bacon, pepperoni, Swiss cheese, lettuce, tomato, onions, pickles, banana peppers, vinegar, salt, pepper, mayonnaise, mustard.
Your bread is just wet.
No, the bread actually comes out nice and dry.
Huh. When I go to Subway, at least when I used to go to Subway, it was mozzarella cheese, double steak, like every sauce they had on that bad boy, toasted, done.
Oh, I forgot to mention it was toasted.
You got to mention that.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that.
And I mentioned it. I was thinking more of like a hand sandwich, not a sub. You know.
Oh, yeah, that's why I said Reuben.
Reubens are pretty good, pretty solid. Mine is pretty classical American. It's got sourdough bread, like two pretty thick chunks of sourdough slices. It's got 2 slices of bologna fried, not deep fried, just pan fried. Toasted sourdough bread, and then I'm taking.
That's a lot of bread.
Huh?
That's a lot of bread. First, you started with huge chunks of sourdough, and then you toast more sourdough.
No,
Dude.
fuck you.
I was gonna say,
train of thought.
Are you just making a bologna sandwich?
Yeah, I'm just making a bologna sandwich.
Bologna, cheese, mustard, mayo.
Yes.
If you
I
want to
love
make it
bologna
the true American classic, you're not using no fancy sourdough. You're getting thick cut deli slice bologna out of a fucking Oscar Mayer package. You're using generic ass white bread like Wonder or Rainbow, and then just
value.
whatever yellow mustard or and mayonnaise that you have available. And that cheese, it's American, processed as fuck, more rubber than it is cheese. And you're eating that shit. Though, you're eating that shit cold after going swimming.
I do love the bologna sandwiches. I don't know why I like bologna. It's an atrocity and affront to meat.
It's a hot dog pancake.
It's good. I love my hot dog pancakes. All right.
I mean, it's like if you like bologna, what about Spam?
I do like Spam.
Exactly.
But it's not as great. It's too salty, and even the low sodium stuff is really salty.
Oh yeah, no, it's fucking really salty. You have to eat it with something that helps with salt, like rice.
Technically, a hot dog doesn't stop becoming a hot dog when you eat it.
Neither does Spam.
Spam just turns into a hot dog.
You two need to be shot.
Okay, since we're talking about some high cuisine sandwiches, you can't forget about the toast sandwich.
I just brought up that. Was it? Wait, what?
It's a two pieces
bread
of bread
sandwich
with a piece of toast in between them.
Oh, toasts. Okay, yeah, that's funny. That's good. What about an ice sandwich?
Hold up.
Ice sandwich.
Very bread.
No, I have a plan I want to do for our YouTube channel. Not where I eat bologna sandwiches or anything, but I want to do a you laugh you drink challenge.
Oh no!
And I think it'll be really funny.
You want to laugh? Fuck it, right now.
Right now?
Right now. Pull up some fucking funny videos. Start recording your screen, showing the shit, and we're gonna laugh at it.
I ain't got no drinks with me. This is I start work again tomorrow, so I don't want to get back to work for hangover. Fuck you.
I can't do it now because I work in a couple hours.
God damn it! Don't bring up cool ideas.
We're going to do that. Don't worry, we'll all do it together.
Write it down, damn
it. We'll do it next. We'll do it sometime during the week when I'm off. Keep the conversation going.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about gaydars. I found this funny.
I have a very bad one.
I have an awful one. I had no idea. Me and Jacob have a mutual friend who I had no idea was what was he bi or something?
Yeah, he's bisexual. He's with another guy.
Yeah. I've known this guy for like a few years, and I just had no idea. And to top it off, there's this other guy who it took my dad was the one to tell me that he was gay. And I was like, what the fuck? And I'd known this guy since I was young. So yeah, my
Yeah,
gaydar is awful.
My gaydar is, I would say, flawless, but I currently, well, yeah, I'd say it's pretty good. But I guess it, like, I don't know. That's really about it. I can usually tell, but there might be somebody I'm around that is, and I don't know. I'm unaware of. So I guess I can't say it's flawless if I don't for sure know.
No, you know what you do?
Awkward amount of silence.
Oh,
No,
shit,
you do.
sorry.
You test
Apparently,
them.
Oh wait, my gaydar is
test
going off right now. Huh.
Bing,
Ding,
bing,
ding,
bong,
ding.
bing.
That's all right. I just saw a So I just checked something, and I was just looking at my phone, and I saw that apparently you know that Last of Us TV show. Apparently
Yeah.
Neil Druckmann has confirmed that spores, as seen in the games, have been removed from the show.
Why?
Here's the excerpt. Spores will not exist in The Last of Us HBO. The game had spores in the air and people had to wear gas masks, and we decided early on that we didn't want to do that for the show. Eventually these conversations led us to these tendrils, and then just thinking about how there's a passage that happens from one infected to another, and like fungus does, it could become a network that is interconnected. So what I think what they mean by this is that instead of spores, the virus will spread out with tendrils that like fungus use or something. So like it connects like properly. I guess I don't really know shit about fungus. So
What?
Spores.
Why
Basically they decided.
Not just. Sorry, go on.
Basically they decided to use the less likely way for a fungal-based infection to spread.
I guess
Why not stick to the plot? Is it so hard to get a bunch of costume gas masks and go, it's in the air?
yeah.
Is it that hard?
Okay, I've got the full quote here. Craig is right. There are certain additions that we made to the show which I really liked. We wanted to avoid making a zombie show. We have the clickers which help separate us by grounding them in one way.
You
But
wanted
also
to
this-
avoid making a zombie show.
I mean, technically they aren't zombies. They're just flesh-eating fungal monsters.
They are human corpses.
Yeah, that too. Also,
Yeah.
there's such
It's a-
interesting
Basically already
weird...
zombies.
Yeah.
The most Naughty Dog not be pretentious fuck challenge. Impossible.
What is it with like fucking TV show people and just taking a game and just changing things up? Like the fucking writers of The Witcher have no respect for the play sport. They made Henry fucking Cavill quit.
Well, not
It's
only
fucking
that,
ridiculous.
the moment he leaves, have you guys seen what they're doing with fucking like Blood Origin or whatever the hell it's called?
That shit, like Michelle Yen couldn't save that shit, and she did a great job with like everywhere, everything all at once. Good movie, by the way, really good movie.
Like, I don't understand why it's like, and it's the thing is that's not even a new phenomena. People have been trying to adapt video games to TV shows and movies forever, and they always just ignore everything about the game that makes it the game.
There've been a couple of good ones, honestly. Like Rampage was pretty good. I mean, that was a simple one.
Rampage
Oh,
was
no.
You can't say that was good because the plot to Rampage is just Godzilla.
Yeah,
It's just kaiju monsters.
Essentially.
I mean, yeah, that's a simple plot to do. They didn't fuck it up. So
I'm reading this article, and it says The Last of Us HBO adaptation goes way beyond the PlayStation game. So they're trying to expand upon The Last of Us lore.
This is what annoys me.
And-
Like, if you don't have the creativity, this is all to any like TV executive who somehow may be listening. If you lack the fucking creativity to make your own shit these days, then stop going into. I'm gonna be cringy and say, as a guy who likes his video games, yeah, stop going into my fucking space. Take what I like, taking things and changing them so it doesn't seem like the same thing anymore, and then get pissed when it flops. It's not
Like,
our fault. You fucking. Yeah, rely
you're
on Marvel
already-
to make all these sequels and shit.
Yeah, you're
I'm
already
fucking
not.
pissed.
You're already not being original, and then when you get your hands on something that is original, you then try to change it using the creativity that you don't have.
It's fucking like fuck. At least you're a bowl. fucking likes what he does, even if he fucks it up. Actually, does he? Nah, probably not. Bad example, but I'm pissed.
He's mad.
Yeah, I've had enough.
Well, I mean,
all
here's the
this-
thing with Uwe Boll is he'll kick your ass if you don't like his movies.
Yeah, at least he can back up his words. But you probably can't. If you put me in a TV executive in a room, chances are I would have left victorious. But either way, the fact is, like, fuck, I've had enough. Just fucking grow brain cells. Stop using Marvel to, like, make the same shit over again. Like, stop these fucking remakes, these reboots, fucking adaptations. Can just find some loser down in, like, fucking Loserville writing up the most original shit you've ever seen and let him cook. End of rant.
Yeah. It's like video game developers. Just go to the modders. Go to the modding teams. They'll give you much better content. It's same thing with movie and TV writers. Find the person writing fan fiction.
Speaking of,
more likely
Jacob...
than not, they are, like, if you found somebody who is writing fucking Lord of the Rings fan fiction, they are probably so well educated on Tolkien lore that they could be considered a Tolkien scholar.
What was the last good, like, high production,
Adaptation?
Yeah, but I'm thinking more of, like, also the Star Wars shows or the Marvel shows.
Dune was pretty good.
Who likes these things?
Dune was good.
Okay, that was good.
Mandalorian
I do like
is
that
fun.
one. But that wasn't a show.
Oh,
Mandalorian was, but I haven't seen it, so I guess I don't really know much about it.
I've only watched the
Mandalorian's
first season. It was pretty good.
I've watched all three. Mandalorian's been pretty solid.
Yeah, most of the
Okay,
good,
that's good.
like, adaptations are things written within the universe, not, like, based on
Exactly.
the unit.
Well, that being
not.
said, Book of Boba Fett was kind of a stinker.
Yeah.
It wasn't one of the, like, horrible flops that have been constantly produced nowadays, but it wasn't great.
I think I hear Andor was pretty good.
Andor's good because all of the hate that's been going towards it are people who just don't like that style of show, because it's not the space opera or the Western style like The Mandalorian. It's a drama.
Yeah.
It's a gritty military noir.
Yeah, I think the other issue is because there's so much shit being made nowadays. Like, who the fuck actually has time to sit down and actually watch? Like, and with all these different streaming services as well, there's, like, too much shit going on. People just trying to... It's just a lack of creativity. There's no... It's just the same thing. Like, alright, we need to make $1 million. Someone remake that fucking Glup Shido character.
Glub shitto.
And I always love that the actual character's name wasn't much better.
Wait, he's based on a real person?
That meme joke came from it with Rise of Skywalker. They had announced the return of some random character that was in, I think it was like Return of the Jedi, or not Return of the Jedi, the Last Jedi, and he was just some random little alien character called Babu Frick.
Yeah.
People actually freak... I don't... maybe I'm just a bit out of touch. Maybe I keep to my own little niche circles of the internet.
No, you're not out of touch. People are just... They're... It's okay to be a big fan of something, to be passionate about it and love it.
I mean, yeah.
Oh,
But
Trip
to-
Longo?
But to make it such a intrinsic part of your being that every detail is that important to you, like to the point of a nothing character who showed up for a 20-second scene that was there for most likely just a scene transition or comedic relief in the moment, and you think that character's important?
Okay, to be honest, if, like, let's say Eisenhorn popped in a show and just, like, soy pogged, I'd probably also soy pog.
Fuck.
No, I was gonna say that Did I ever talk about hero syndrome on the show? That kills a lot of things for me.
I don't think
Never
so.
meet your heroes.
No, it's sort of like don't include it's main character syndrome, and it's don't include main characters in a plot that doesn't need it. Like we're gonna talk about Logan's book corner, yay!
Yay!
And it's me where I talk about books. I finished Death Trooper, and I thought it was a pretty good book, but it would have been much better. Spoilers, if you haven't read it. If they didn't include Han Solo and Chewie, they did that, and like it's like a third of the way in, and like our Imperial medical officer is like, well, I guess I gotta let the high end or the maximum priority prisoners escape since everyone's dead anyway. So just like this weird like chance, she just opens up the containment and there's Chewie and Han Solo.
Oh my
And
god!
they made it, yeah, just like that. They were like, "Oh my god, who are you guys?" And it's like, "I'm Han Solo, and this is my friend Chewie." And I was like, "What the fuck?"
No,
Can I
it
ask
can't be an
just for-
isolated event.
Remember,
Can I
you're in
just
Star
ask-
Wars.
Can I please just get a book without any main characters? I just want something where it's just like people.
It's just
Yes,
an off
now,
story.
just because I feel like it's a funny detail about Death Troopers, could you inform the audience of what the main character of that book's name is?
I think we've already talked
Him is-
about it.
I already said his name was Trip Longo,
Triple logo.
and it's really funny. Just because when I first heard that, I couldn't take it seriously, but now I've heard it so much that it's like, yeah, it's his name.
Trip Longo. That really is the key to a Star Wars character.
He had a dad and a
three-syllable
brother.
name.
But no, my book corner right now is just me reading the Thousand Suns 40K book, and so far it's interesting. I like it, but the Thousand Suns really are just a bunch of nerds.
Definitely.
Is this
Before we get back into Warhammer again, though, let's
You're right. Run
oh,
away.
Oh fuck! You're right. We're already 45 minutes in. Oh.
Oh no. Fuck. Here's an idea. How does one go about turning a mild inconvenience into a full-blown catastrophe?
Oh, I love those ones. How to turn a minor inconvenience into a full-blown catastrophe. I love
Making
that. Okay.
mountains out of molehills.
My favourite thing to
So-
do is put a lot of C4 under my shirt and then walk into an area.
This has
the
evolved
plan
into
was
a difficult situation.
we are advised by CBS no longer to continue this joke.
Oh shit.
Oh, did they find out I was in
Child
the lobby?
Protection Services.
Yeah, they I got an email from the creator of or the owner of YouTube and Spotify, and they had said they just never again. Can't even talk about it.
Okay.
SWAT team will come in. No, but the joke is
I know where
like,
you live, Susan Wojcicki.
what happened. Wojcicki.
I don't remember what her last name is.
It's
I don't
Polish or
either.
something. No one cares about the Polish.
There was what was it? Okay, think about it like this: you're walking down like a sidewalk, and you accidentally bump into somebody. You now are in
Sorry.
You're now in a fight. You are now fighting this person. They pull out a gun. You pull out a gun. An officer sees you both pull out a gun, and the next thing you know, a gang of people come up and beat up the cop. So now you go over and try to help the cop, but all those people have guns too. So now you're in an epic shootout. But now helicopters are coming in, and then immediately it turns into a full-out, like, actual battle scene. And then a cult from the underground believes that it's their time. So they come out and try to reclassify the world and try to take over. And then the military gets involved. And then every state is landlocked into an epic battle of huge proportions. Civil War Part 2. And then other countries get involved to take in and seize power. And then it's an actual nuclear apocalypse.
We call this a little trolling.
What?
I was gonna say, it sounds like you're just describing a scene from Boondocks.
No, that exactly is it, isn't it?
Well, that one doesn't go that far. It's like the two guys bump into each other, and they shoot at each other, and they completely miss, and they go, "Man, this is dumb." And then two cops show up and shoot them.
And then like there's the next scene where it happens, except one of the guys is white, and
he goes, and he sits there and he goes, "Man, what are you doing?" And he goes, "Wait,
I'm white.
I'm white."
And he does like a little evil laugh
and he just keeps
before he
walking.
says that. It's fucking hilarious. I rewatch that scene every now and again because it does the fucking Sigma male energy.
Now I could tell everyone that's watching exactly what to look for if you want to find this scene. However, I am not allowed to say the name of that scene.
Just look at Boondocks moment.
We gotta stop talking
works.
about this. What's her name is holding a gun to my head and telling me I can't do this anymore. Guys, please change the subject.
I'm gonna
please.
say the N-word.
No,
David, no, you don't know what you're doing.
If I could get that,
Yeah, I'm getting Logan killed. What the fuck? I know exactly what I'm doing.
Okay, that stopped being funny. That fine, Boom. I'm sorry.
if I could get my voice mod working, this would have been really funny. But no. But what was I talking? Oh yeah. So like, another one was while I was at work. I imagined accidentally like dropping something, and then an entire shelf falls over, and then all the shelves fall over. But because of that, it hits something, and then like the building blows up and collapses. But we're tied to the orphanage, so now the orphanage blows up as well, and all the kids are dead. And then because of that, all the people around themselves get so upset that they kill themselves.
Wait.
And next thing you know, we have this mass extinction on our
sorry,
hand
wait.
because everybody, it's a chain event.
Who the fuck's gonna be upset about an orphan's death? Their parents?
Yes.
Oh, that's awful.
I'm sorry, but like, I'm just being facts here.
I was gonna say, here, I'll put a gift for you guys, a little whoopsie doodle.
Oh yeah, just the classic OSHA shit.
Yeah.
I love those what is it? Not World Star. Where's the
Live
cams?
leaks?
Live leak?
Yeah, live. I love those live leaks of like
Rest in peace,
factory
live leaks.
accidents.
So you like watching people die?
Yeah.
Well, it's always interesting. I don't like seeing them die because they're dead. I don't like seeing death, but sometimes the body does things that it's so difficult
It's so
to
quick.
imagine
Like the
happening
one
to
in that
you.
one Chinese factory where a guy is looking into a high pressurized tank and it explodes, and so they play a heavily reverb fart noise over the explosion.
Baba Booey.
I'm thinking more of the one where I've seen. There was one where a guy was like walking under this big machine, and I feel like he should have known not to walk under this big heavy thing, but he did it anyway, and it just dropped, and his body just folded so fast, like collapsed into itself. And I'm thinking, I'm trying to imagine what that would feel like, how that would be in that moment,
I think
and it's just so weird.
Just for the record, ladies
his
and gentlemen,
body
we
just-
are perfectly attuned members of the society. We are not psychopaths.
We are saying.
Yeah, I promise I don't like watching death. But sometimes it's interesting to see
It's the idea is
what the human body can do.
you don't go looking for it. Maybe you're just scrolling through somewhere and you happen to see the video, and when you realize what's happening, morbid curiosity
late.
sets in.
I was going to bring up like a little more tame example where like back when I was working at New World, there was one of my coworkers in the deli section. They had a big tray of like, I think it was like sausage pasta or something, which was actually pretty good stuff there. I would get it for like a smoker every time. And So what happened? They were just walking, minding their own business, and for some reason they just accidentally drop it, and like now it's all over the floor. And then someone slips in it, and they don't get hurt, but and then like their hand lands in the bin, and the bin falls over. It's just escalated into a little bit of a catastrophe there. That was my, compared to like what Logan was bringing up, it's more that was more tame, but you know.
Yeah, yours is real.
Yeah.
It's the main
Yours
thing.
actually happened.
Mm-hmm.
Not something that you thought of because you were bored during your shift.
Yeah. And there was that one time I accidentally dropped. So like I used to work in the seafood section, and when we were like dealing with like fillets of salmon, we'll have and you know how big salmon is. There'll be like a whole fillet right in front, and we'll have to use like these little tweezers to like pull out the bones in one way. And there was this one time, and I was like completely on autopilot. I was just throwing the bones in the bin, and I also just tossed in the pincers as well, just completely without consciousness. And I was so adamant I didn't do it because I just did not recall doing it. They actually pulled up like CCTV, and it turns out I did. I'm like, okay, yeah, I did it then.
We have you on film.
Yeah, no, I wasn't lying. I genuinely had no idea if I did it. And I was like, okay,
Caught
yeah.
you in 240p.
Yeah, I was like, yep, I did it. My bad, guys.
Speaking of
I
live
don't give a
leak,
fuck. It was like a multi-million company. They could just get a new one.
Yeah, speaking of live leak, I stubbed my toe once and it really hurt.
You poor bastard.
Yeah.
Any final topics?
Any final topics?
I see that Math had cooking on here.
Eat food or meth?
We're gonna exclude the meth.
No. That's the only thing I'm good at
No, I need it.
in Minecraft.
This is art, Mr. White.
Bitch.
Mr.
Yeah,
Witty.
no, yeah. I've been trying. I got in New Zealand we have this thing called My Food Bag. Been trying to do. It's very expensive, so I've stopped doing it. But my mum keeps like buying boxes every now and again, which is cool. But you know, yeah, it's pretty nice doing. They send you all the ingredients, some of it prepped up, and you
like
just have to
Blue
follow
Apron.
the simple instructions. Something like that, yeah.
We're not
And, yeah,
sponsored
it's
by
pretty
Blue
good
Apron.
meals. Who? Oh.
Not yet. But no, I cooked a Wagyu steak the other day,
Oh yeah.
and it was really good. I made it pretty good. I could have cooked it a little more because it was more rare than I would have liked it to be, but it was still pretty good, enjoyable. And then before the showing, before this episode, I cooked some boudin. And I don't know if you guys know what that is, but it's like a seasoned rice and like a pork casing, like a hot dog, but more of a snap sausage. I love that stuff. It's like a comfort food for me. I cook a lot, actually, and I'm trying to stay away from like the pasta stuff, but it's so easy just to boil some water, throw pasta in, and then do whatever you're doing till the pasta's done, and then you have yourself just a mix of something nice. But I watch a lot of cooking, like YouTube channels and things like that, and I'm starting to pair a lot of my steaks and home cooking with whiskey, just a little bit. And I've learned that I've become quite the whiskey connoisseur. I actually, I used to hate whiskey, and I used to love rum, hate whiskey. Now I hate rum, love whiskey. So I guess it's just one of those things that in my new year,
Whiskey
I'm gonna try a lot more.
River, take me home.
But that's really about it. That's all I got to say is I've been cooking a lot more at home, and I'm getting a lot better at it.
Yeah, it's good. I need to start doing that more
housewife
myself.
behavior.
It's just
David,
What?
that being said. Oh,
you're the only one of us with culinary education. Would you like to talk about food?
I mean, I don't have
food,
anything
huh?
particular to talk about with food.
me and Jacob have discovered. Well, no, I've known about this place for a while, but he's just joined in on it. There's this place down in town called J&M's, and they make the
Oh.
perfect fried chicken and chips for after a night out of getting drunk. Like, I remember the first time I fucking ate some, I almost fucking jizzed. It was so fucking good.
When you're like absolutely fucked off your face and you're like, I
Yeah.
want food, I'm hungry, I want to eat, I'm so hungry, I want to eat. You go down to J&M's, they'll be like, okay, what do you want? Like, I don't know, like a classic lunchbox for like $5-10. Shove that in like 10 seconds. There you go. You eat that in like 10 seconds. It's orgasmic.
It is
Oh,
fucking
dude,
good. I actually get it like
I
all the
haven't
time now.
I have an experience like that. Tony's Pizza. It's all we have this famous road here that's got all the bars and the fast food place or all the food places and whatnot. It's the party street, and it's a walk from my house. So me and my buddies one time walked down there. I'm gonna have one of those friends on this podcast because he's Irish, and I think that'd be funny. From Ireland, but anyway, they have the best fucking pizza I've ever had. Dude, he just walked in and was like, "Do you guys want to try some pizza? We want to put on our menu." It's not even on our menu yet, but do you want to try some? And we were like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." It was a chicken bacon ranch with buffalo sauce on it.
Ooh.
It was like house-made pizza, and it was so fucking good.
Man, chicken bacon ranch is
14-inch
my favorite
pizza.
kind of pizza.
It had this buffalo sauce on it, very zesty. Oh, dude, it was so good.
By the way, you guys want to know the secret to buffalo sauce?
Yeah, buffalo.
Vinegar.
No. It's just it's
Buffaloes.
Frank's Red Hot sauce with butter.
Yeah.
Butter,
how my-
Frank's Red, and a little bit of celery salt.
I didn't know about celery salt, but my dad used to mix it with butter all the time just because it made it stick to things better.
That's exactly it.
It was thicker.
Like buffalo sauce is just Frank's Red Hot sauce. They use butter so that way you can actually coat things in it.
Yeah, I like it. Well, I don't like their version of the wing sauce. I don't know why, it's weird. But if you use your own butter, it's fantastic. I was asking you because I remember you had told me you went to culinary school, and I had to.
Yeah, but I mean,
ask
I
if
don't
you
have
had
any like just things to talk about with food.
You
no
like food?
cool expert tips or.
They're like eating food.
Not without a prompt. Like I can't just bring that information. You understand how compartmentalized my brain is?
No.
I can't. I don't remember anything that I learned until it comes
just
time
gotta-
to use that information.
Just got to start opening doors, huh?
Yeah,
fucking
did you
war.
ever see?
like
Oh,
like,
we'll have to talk about this next episode.
I was gonna say, like that episode
But,
of SpongeBob where he goes through his brain and he like opens up a drawer and starts flicking individually through files. I actively have to do that.
There's a movie. I don't remember the name of it. It's on Netflix or it's on HBO Max right now. I think it's called The Menu.
Yeah,
It just came out. I love that movie. I watched it yesterday, and it was fantastic. And it's about food, and it's about storytelling through food. I thought the ending was a little cheesy.
it's also about
A little-
cannibalism.
Huh?
I assume it's about cannibalism.
No.
I mean,
No cannibalism.
a movie called The Menu, people mysteriously dying. It kind of sounds like it's about.
Oh, they're not mysteriously dying. They just straight up tell you you're gonna die.
I'm sorry that I wasn't trying to give away the plot to the fucking people who haven't watched it yet. Dickass.
You just literally... What?
You are.
Have you seen the movie?
I've only seen the trailers.
Oh. My bad. Well, they
You
tell
are
you
dying.
there, too. In the trailer that you're gonna die.
Yeah. And that's why I'm saying is I insinuated that it would be cannibalism, is that the people that were dying were going to then be served.
Fuck you.